Hello, Chinese astrology and I Ching lovers. This is Susanna Master's YouTube channel. Welcome here again. If you are not familiar with my site, it creates your fully personalized ebooks based on your birth chart and gives you all the necessary information on Chinese astrology and I Ching wisdom and knowledge. I put the link in the description so you will find how to get your own books. So we are going to jump into 2026 March energies, the Yin Metal Rabbit Month. So let's talk about it. On March the 5th, we step into the Yin Metal Rabbit Month, and this month is about, I could say, your deep realizations around what's your inner truth. What is the real you? So it's going to bring you your authenticity. You know, in the physical world, March is the strongest expression of the wood element. You can feel that spring tension because growing is always intention. It is like when you look at a tree and it's ready to burst. Wood is the analogy of development, expansion, learning, getting from A to B. So it really gives you the feeling of reaching your goal, your purpose. But to reach B from A, you have to put your work, and that is going to give this tension. But interestingly, this chart isn't mainly about your outer success. It's much more about the relationships and being you at your career or at your work or in any kind of a relationship. It can be your partnership, it can be a mother-daughter, it can be a friendship. And there is tension between the pillars, which brings this impatience and also can bring in challenges that you cannot ignore anymore. As you can see, the Yang Fire Horse in the year pillar, where this is the second month we are in the Yang Fire Horse energy, and it is very active. As you can see, it shows indirect research structure. That means we are getting realizations, aha moments. Whatever happens in March, it may be tension, but it just really exposes where you have been playing roles or where you have been playing or operating from your mind without your heart, from strategy. And that simply will not work anymore. You have to look into your inner depth and look into your authenticity. So that is why something may feel very tight inside of you in March. Important conversations may occur. And I would say trust can become the main theme of the month. It may feel like your authenticity is being tested. Let it be in your partnership, in your friendship, your relationship with your colleagues or at your work, or your relationship with your career movement. When Yang Fire combines, you can see this very nice combination with this Yin Metal in the month pillar. That is a water combination, and Yin Metal is inheriting officer structure, which means that this combination will push you from the realizations to speak up, to show how you feel inside, to show others what you live inside of you. So these external pressure from the outer world may make silence impossible anymore. Well, let's say in March. And this is the karmic timing between the Yang Fire and the Yin Metal. And it also activates, this combination always activates themes of love, longing, sexual tension, emotional intensity. I say emotional intensity because water combination is always very deep. It will have the effect of ruminating, thinking all the time. So there can be overwhelming, this overthinking what March may bring in. Some connections may reach a point in your life where something has to be said. And you see in the chart, the horse will meet the rabbit. And that is a distraction constellation, which means that uncomfortable truth can surface. The key is very simple here. When we have a distraction in a chart, that always tells us to stand up for yourself, to stand in your truth. If something is said about you, let's say you feel this is untrue, what others say to you, you have the timing to clarify it. So step away from the idea of embarrassment, because horse and the rabbit meeting can be very embarrassing, can show up very awkward situations. And you have to understand that everyone carries different family patterns, and sometimes those turn into power struggles. Why do I say power struggles? Because here in the chart you can see direct officer. Direct officer in the rabbit means that things should go in the right directions, in structure. But the real question is, what is true for you? What is really yours? Because you may be in a relationship that is not really your desire. You may work in a career position that you just truly do not love to do. So this is the question that will arise in March, to look into your depth. The Yin Metal Rabbit pillar brings inner knowledge to the surface in March. Relationships now function only through honest and clear communication. You cannot control them, not indirect hints. There's an opposition between yin metal and rabbit. So if we look at the pillar dynamic, we will find that the yin wood and the yin metal has a tension, an inner tension, and this can show up as, let's say, you project your frustration to the other, or even you have those invisible inner vibrations or influence on others, but simply you may not realize it. You just have it inside of you because you feel that something is not real, something is not true to yourself. And I really love the I Ching wisdom in each of the pillar dynamics. And the I Ching here has the message, which is so very clear, that anything comes into your way in March, you have to act from your inner truth. If you do so, things will begin to settle naturally. But if you don't, and if you deny, and if you say, no, that's my family, that's my relationship, everything is okay, and you just push down your emotions, your desires, if you deny, distance will grow, and that's not really supporting for your development. We entered the month on a Yang Earth Tiger Day, as you can see, activating a very strong theme of freedom versus intimacy. Emotional extremes are possible with this Yang Earth Tiger pillar, so it gives us the feeling like a roller coaster feeling. I would say secrets may surface in March as well, which may bring these emotional influence on your emotions, but you have to stay centered whatever happens. As you can see, the pillar dynamics, Yang Earth and Tiger, that creates a 7K structure, which is like a tension, obstacle, arguing, not having the same intentions. So that's very that can be very intense, because Yang Earth do not want to show any emotions, but Tiger is really the most. I could say, yeah, Tiger is not only a traveling horse animal, that it just cannot stay still, but it's always on the go, and it's full of emotions. It can laugh from very deep, from the bottom of the heart, and it just makes it too emotional. So as you can feel, there is this very opposition tension between these two, and it gives you a feeling in March, like that you just cannot push down these very intense emotions. It is like that your heart wants different than your mind. There is this big oppositions between the heart and the brain, and there are two paths. You can be in conflict, or you can handle it in alliance. I could say conflict and arguing because of the tiger-monkey clash, and that can bring us aggression and anger and argument, let's say because of the secrets that surface in March. Or it can show you alliance, that whatever happens, you have trust in your relationships, and you show your friend, you show your partner that yes, very embarrassing and very, very awkward and very bad thing may have surfaced from the outer world, but you just give this partnership and trust to the other. The meeting of the young earth tiger and the year's young earth monkey ask, how can you experience freedom in your emotional world while still allowing intimacy? You know, this question just tells you that can the two actually coexist? So can you live your freedom in your emotions while you still have this stable intimacy? Yeah, that's very hard. The tiger amplifies emotions and can fall into assumptions or overthinking that may not even be real. So be very careful in March with these emotional mental stories in your mind. As I said, tiger is a traveling horse animal in Chinese astrology, and also it is one of the zodiacs of the ungrateful punishment constellation. And tiger always wants to move and to change and to feel, and always wants it is very impulsive. So sometimes that urge for freedom hides very deep fears. It's easier to blame someone else than to face your own insecurity. So ask yourself in March, do you truly want more freedom? Or are you afraid of losing something or somebody? And how important can something or somebody be if it blocks your inner abundance, your soul's abundance, your emotional abundance? So yeah, that's a very typical question for March. There's also a half-wu trine between the tiger and the rabbit, if you look at the chart, bringing you the growth opportunity. So how can you evolve within a structure while still allowing your full self-assertion in relationships? So it's about meeting. The direct officer is meeting with the 7K. The rules have this meetup with the no rules. Young earth tends to suppress emotions, so courage becomes very essential. A 7K analogy is the courage in a harmonious way. So courage to feel deeply without escaping. From that depth of you, growth, stability, and faith can be born if you believe in them. But at the same time, as you can see, tiger and the monkey can clash very strongly. If this is unconscious, this energy can turn into arguments or breaking points. So some of you may feel that a desire pulling you forward could shake your whole entire personal life. The monkey's hidden output element suggests secret desires surrounded by fear. As I said, sexual energy is very strong this month. Really, the chart is full of sexual markers in Chinese astrology. Let's list them. One of them is the Yang Fire Yin Metal combination. It always gives the longing and the desire. The structure pair of the 7K and eating God structure that always suggests romantic and love situations, because eating God is the hidden desire, and 7K gives you the courage to fight for it. And as we can see, the romance flowers or the peach blossom animals, we have 3 of them this month. They all point toward karmic relational transformation. And the third is the meeting of the rabbit and the horse. That's the destruction. You can learn really a lot from the destruction constellation. It just teaches you how you can be the real yourself. So it is really also about your inner authenticity. And new attraction, old tension, unfinished stories can pile up in such a chart. And here is the essence, how I would summarize this March chart. If you are honest with yourself, if you face your emotional pressure, and if you allow yourself to go into your depth, something can transform, almost like magic in this March. So I hope you liked this analysis. And if you would like to get your own personalized ebooks, and if you are interested more in your I Ching hexagrams based on your Chinese astrology chart, you will find all the links in the description below.